What is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Saturday, August 13th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have a full slate of MLB games. We have a total of 16 games on today, so we do have a doubleheader. I'm really excited to dive into it. But before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. If I've been helping you guys win some money, make sure you guys do hit that sub button, man. It's free. It really helps me out a lot. So if you guys have been winning a little bit of money with me, make sure you guys hit that sub button. And also, I just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, way more than you guys will ever know. So thank you guys so much for that. But without any further ado, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap into today's video. I did end up finding a couple plays. One of the lines hasn't been posted yet, so I'm kind of just winging it. Hopefully it's not super juiced, but I still think it's a pretty good play. But before we dive into the recap, and boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have the sunnies on. The shades are back out, and you guys know exactly what that means. If you guys can see it from the overlay, we ended up going 3-0 on our picks yesterday. Ended up getting a clean sweep on the day, bringing out the brooms. Ended up going 3-0. Hopefully we can do a repeat of that once again today. I'm really excited to dive into it. Like I said, found a couple plays I really liked. But let's do a quick recap. Obviously, you guys know that I ended up hitting the sweep. But just in case, if you guys did want a quick little recap of everything, we had the Guardians plus 1.5 versus Toronto. I guess I should have just taken the money line because they smoked them. They ended up winning like 8-0, something like that. Toronto really has started to struggle here at home recently, so I think it's a pretty good spot to target for here in the near future. But, you know, just saying, just throwing that out there. Also, we did end up having the Dodgers and the Royals over 9 runs. Holy, I did not think this was going to hit. I even put it on my Twitter. I had said something along the lines of like, we're not looking good in the Dodgers and the Royals game. There was like no runs through like 6 innings. And then all of a sudden the Dodgers got hot, and even the Royals put up 3 runs. So it was just a matter of time. I mean, if the Royals, like I said in yesterday's video, if the Royals get 3 or 4 runs, I think we have no problem hitting this bet, and we didn't. The Dodgers ended up scoring like almost 10 runs by themselves, or maybe they did score 10 runs. I don't remember. I stopped watching once we hit the over. But regardless, ended up working out for us. Then we had the Padres and the Nationals no-run first inning at minus 105. This was the sweatiest play I've ever watched. It was absolutely insane. So the Padres, not only did they have 2 runners on base, the Nationals had bases loaded at one point. Didn't think I'd have to worry too much about the Nationals, but they had bases loaded, and Clevenger ended up getting them out, going no runs. It was so sweaty, but it ended up working out for us. So we did end up getting that 3-0. Hopefully we can do that for us once again today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. Our first play of the day, we're going to be taking Detroit and the White Sox no-run first inning at minus 125 odds. Now, both these offenses definitely aren't great in the first inning. When you take a look at it, Detroit's 27th when it comes to first inning runs per game, and the White Sox, they're just 25th. So the White Sox are just a touch better in that first inning, but I definitely don't think it's enough to scare me off of this bet. The White Sox are also 18th when it comes to runs per game over the course of the full game, but they actually average 0.17 fewer home runs per game this year so far. So I think that since they are just a touch worse at home, I think it's another really good spot to target. Detroit, they are 30th when it comes to runs per game. So there is no issue with them when it comes to not scoring the ball. They definitely do that at a very high volume. And they also average 0.97, so almost a full run fewer on the road when it comes to their runs per game on the road. So another great spot to target. Both these teams are worse in the place that they are going to be playing at today. So I do think it's a pretty good spot to target. And also, we do have 2 pretty solid pitchers on the mound. Definitely nothing too crazy, but we do have some solid pitchers here. Lucas Giolito is going to be on the mound for the White Sox. Does have a 4.91 ERA, so definitely does worry me just a touch. But he has 1, 2, and 3 earned runs in his last 3 starts. He has been pretty solid here over the last 3 games, and he has pitched 2 straight NRFIs, so hopefully he can make that 3 for us. And on the flip side of the mound, we have Matt Manning for Detroit here on the mound with a 2.25 ERA over the course of the season, and he has only had 4 starts so far this year, but he's 3-1 to the NRFI with an earned run log of 0, 3, 1, and 1. So hopefully they can get it done for us. That is going to be our first play of the day. Detroit and the White Sox, no run first inning at -125 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Rangers team total under 4 here versus the Mariners at -110 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, Texas, they are 13th when it comes to runs per game, so they're definitely not a bad offense by any stretch of the imagination. But the reason I'm taking this is more so because they do average 0.54 fewer runs per game at home this year, so they do average fewer runs at home. I think that it's a pretty good spot to target. But also, Seattle's a really good defense. They allow the 5th fewest runs per game in the entire MLB. That is obviously top 5. That's very, very good. They don't allow a lot of runs at all. The Rangers, they have only scored 2 and 3 runs in their last two games as well. So they haven't necessarily been, scoring a ton of runs over the last 2 games. So hopefully we can see that once again. But the Mariners, like I said, very good defense. If you look at their last 6 games, they've allowed 2, 3, 0, 9, 3, and 1 runs over the last 6 games. So if you take out that 9-run game, which was against a pretty good offense, then they have actually been really, really solid at not giving up very many runs. So hopefully they can do that for us once again. And Marco Gonzalez is going to be on the mound here for Seattle. Definitely hasn't been fantastic as a 3.98 ERA over the course of the season, but he does have an earned run log of 3, 6, and 2 in his last 3 starts. So he has been pretty decent. And once it does get to the bullpen, I'm not worried about that at all. Seattle does have the 8th best bullpen ERA in the entire MLB. So I think that's another really good spot to target. So we're going to be riding with it. Rangers team total under 4 versus the Mariners at -110 odds. So that is our second play of the day. But our third play of the day, we don't have odds for it yet. So it is going to be a to be determined. But I still really like it. So we're going to be taking the Tampa Bay Rays money line versus Baltimore. Odds to be determined as of right now. Now I know I have been hammering the Orioles for so long. They've been really great to me. They've won me a lot of money, but there are some spots that you need to go against Baltimore, and I think this is one of them. Let me explain why. First things first, Tampa Bay is 58-53 over the course of the entire season. Baltimore, 59-53. So technically, Baltimore, even though they have played 1 extra game, they do have a better record than Tampa Bay. So why do I like this so much? Well, Tampa Bay at home this year is 33-32, which is 9th best win percentage at home in the entire MLB this year. That's pretty good. They are top 10 when it comes to wins at home this year. And Baltimore, they're 26-32 on the road, so they aren't even 500 on the road. They're a much better home team just in general, but they actually have the 12th worst win percentage when it comes to wins on the road. So I do think that's a really good spot to target. Tampa Bay is better at home. Baltimore is worse on the road. So I think that's a really good spot. Also, Tampa Bay, they are 6th when it comes to runs allowed. They're a very, very good defense. Baltimore is just 13th. So could Baltimore slip up? Absolutely. I'm not sure if they will, but I think that they could. Tampa Bay is also on a 3-game losing streak. They're a very good team. I think that they can turn it around. I think this is a great spot to turn it around, which is why I really love it. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Birds, rightfully so, but I think that Tampa Bay is going to be turning it around here. Also, Baltimore following a win, which they did have a big win here over the Tampa Bay Rays in their last game. They are 28-30 to the money line after a win. So they definitely have a hard time stringing together these wins. So hopefully we can get after that. Also, not to mention, the Rays have one of their best pitchers on the mound tonight. They have Shane McClanahan on the mound with a 2.24 ERA over the course of the season, 2.32 at home, and a 1.59 through 11 innings pitched versus Baltimore. Shane McClanahan is the real deal. There's no doubt about it. And on the flip side of the mound, Baltimore has a guy by the name of D.L. Hall. You probably haven't heard that name too often. The reason being, this is going to be his MLB debut tonight. So I think that it is a really good spot to target. So that is going to be our third and final play of the day. Rays money line versus Baltimore. Odds to be determined. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.